A very good morning to one and all, and a warm welcome to the 8th International Conference on PLMSS 2021. Product Lifecycle Management, PLM, is the process of managing the entire lifecycle of a product from its inception through its linkage to system engineering philosophy and forms a platform for design, development, manufacturing, operations, etc. throughout the life of the product. PLM increases productivity and eliminates waste and thereby acts as a pillar for innovation-driven industries.
Product Lifecycle Modeling, Simulation and Synthesis Conference, PLMSS 2021, is a platform to exchange ideas and information about the latest PLM practices. This year, the 8th International Conference on PLMSS 2021 is being jointly hosted by Vikram Sarabhai Space Center and Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology in collaboration with PLMSS Trust with the theme Product Lifecycle Space System Perspective. PLMSS 2021 will be conducted in a hybrid mode, and now we will have a short video about the overview of the conduct of the conference.
May I now request Shri M. Mohan, Chairman of the Organizing Committee, PLMSS 2021, and Shri Victor Joseph T., Conference Secretary, to escort the dignitaries to the dais. Let us begin today's program by invoking the blessings of God Almighty. I call upon Srimati Lakshmi S. to render the invocation.
Sandranandavabodhat Magamanupamitam Kaladeshavadibhya Nirmuktam Nityamuktam Nigamashdasahasrena Nirphasyamanam Aspashtam Drishtamatre Punarurupurusharthatmakam Brahma Tattvam Tattavat Bhadi Sakshat Guru Pavanapure Handa Bhagyam Janana.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Shri M. Mohan, Chairman of the Organizing Committee, PLMSS 2021 and Deputy Director, VSSC, has left no stones unturned to ensure the smooth conduct of this event. May I now request you, sir, to welcome this august gathering.
A very good morning to all and warm greetings from the PLMSS 2021 organizing team and Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology and the PLMSS Trust. Most respected Chairman ISRO Dr. K. Shivan and Secretary DOS, Sri S. Somnath, Director VSSC, Dr. Tessie Thomas, DG Aeronautical Systems DRDO, who's joining us online, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Dr. D. Samdayaladev, Director IISU, Sri A. Rajarajan, Director SDSC, PLMSS trustees joining online, Dr. Tamilmani, the Managing Trustee and Chairman, Professor B. Gurumurthy of IISC and Co-Chairman PLMSS Trust, and Dr. R. K. Ramanathan, Secretary PLMSS Trust, MC members of VSSC, IISU and LPSC, SSC members, participants and invitees present here, and delegates and industry partners joining through online, a very good morning to all of you. The PLMSS 2021 conference was conceived during the PLMSS 2019 conference held at Bangalore, and later when the Secretary PLMSS Trust wrote to Director VSSC in January 2020. However, due to the pandemic, the plan had to be kept in abeyance and could practically take off only in June 2021 when the situation became favorable. The PLMSS 2021 Organizing Committee was formed in June 2021 and the theme was chosen as Product Lifecycle Management, Space System Perspective with specific focus in digital aerospace manufacturing and advances therein. The theme was a challenging one for the launch vehicle community as the PLM methods were not a general practice in our domain of activities explicitly. The general definition of PLM is the process of managing a product's life cycle from inception through design, manufacturing, sales, service, and eventually retirement, which does not directly relate to the space research and operations. However, benefits of PLM like improvement in development, engineering efficiency, elimination of errors during engineering process, improved product delivery, higher quality designs are all applicable to space systems too and needs focused efforts for adoption and practice. With the ultimate goal to deliver quality products that meet or exceed requirements on time and within budget, PLM is a powerful tool to shape everything from engineering trade studies, integrated vehicle operations, and retirement scenarios. The next generation space transportation systems require a paradigm shift such that the digital tools and knowledge management, which are central elements of PLM, are used consistently to maximum effect. Sustainable space exploration solutions demand that all life cycle phases be optimized. Adopting PLM, which has been used by the automotive industry for many years now for aerospace applications, provides a foundation for strong, disciplined systems engineering and accountable return on investment by making life cycle consideration an iterative decision-making process. Now coming to the PLMSS 2021 conference, still with the pandemic conditions prevailing, the conference was planned in virtual mode, including the pre-conference workshop. We have to admit that the initial response for technical papers were relatively poor, especially since the theme had an uncertainty with respect to our core domain. But I'm extremely happy to inform that a total of 93 technical papers could be sourced by the dedicated effort of the technical team. Similarly, the resource committee were very influential and assertive in mobilizing good numbers of sponsors and advertisements, thus enabling excellent outreach. The event management and the exhibition committees were innovative and brought in a professional agency for the online virtual auditorium as well as exhibition, which also facilitates interactive sessions and networking, as we have just shown in the curtain raiser video. The response from all ISRO centers, other organizations and institutes were overwhelming, and I am delighted to inform the cumulative number of delegates for the conference is about 900 plus, and for the workshop was around 700 plus. The conference is being conducted over 2 days, today and tomorrow, commencing with invited talks and followed by 6 technical sessions and 2 technical briefs, because the posters we converted to technical briefs of a shorter duration so that all the papers can be presented by the authors. The concluding session is planned tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. I also wish to inform that there are prizes awaiting the best papers and presentations sponsored by the PLMSS Trust and the PLMSS 2021 committee. Now let me come to my assigned duty of welcoming the guests of honor and all participants. We are extremely fortunate to have the presence of our beloved and most respected Chairman ISRO for the inauguration at VSSE today. Chairman was very generous to be the chief guest and accepted to inaugurate the function in spite of his various engagements. Sir, on behalf of the PLMSS 2021 Organizing Committee and on my personal behalf, I welcome you, sir, with great respect and warmth. Director VSSE has been the real motivation behind the conduct of this conference, as the chairman of the steering committee has been providing continuous guidance in all matters almost on a daily basis. I welcome you, sir, for this function with gratitude. Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General Aeronautical Systems DRDO, was expected to be with us today, but due to other engagements couldn't make it. But ma'am was kind enough to accept our request to deliver the keynote address and also participate online. The PLMSS 2021 team is extremely glad to welcome ma'am for this function with great respect. Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Dr. Sam Dayaladev, Director IASU, Sri A. Rajarajan, Director SDSC, were immediate in their positive response to be part of the inaugural function and to offer felicitation. On behalf of the PLMSS 2021 team, we welcome you, sirs, for this function with great regards. Dr. Tamilmani, Professor Gurumurthy, and Dr. Ramanathan from PLMSS Trust have joined us online. The PLMSS 2021 team is specifically grateful to Dr. Ramanathan for his continuous advice and inputs from the previous conferences and also in coordinating with other organizations for the effective planning of the conference. The PLMSS 2021 team extends a warm welcome to all PLMSS trustees for this function with gratitude. Mr. Victor Joseph, Group Director PPEG VSSE, has been a great source of strength in the coordination and planning of this conference, and his calm and cool demeanor made my life very comfortable. On behalf of organizing committee and my personal behalf, let me extend a warm welcome to him too. I also welcome the MC members of VSSE, LPSC and IASU, SSC members and senior professors who all have spared with their valuable time to attend the inaugural function. Finally, I welcome all the delegates, special invitees, industry partners and authors of the papers to this function, without whose contribution the conduct of this conference would not have been possible. Last but not the least, I welcome all the PLMSS committee members and the subcommittee members for the function and thank each one of them for their immense contribution to make this conference a virtual reality. I welcome all the participants again and seek blessings for the successful conduct of the conference, which would provide a vibrant platform to discuss on the various PLM methods and practices and their effective application in the aerospace research and operations. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Shri S. Somnath, Distinguished Scientist, Director, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, and Director, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, is a visionary leader who has proved his mettle in all frontiers of launch vehicle technology. He has held various key positions, including Director, Liquid Propulsion System Center, Associate Director, VSSC, and Project Director, GSLV Mark III. Under his leadership, the first experimental flight of LVM-3X care mission was successfully accomplished. Shri S. Somnath, an expert in the area of systems engineering, has immensely contributed to the overall architecture of all launch vehicles and has mentored the development of human-rated launch vehicle version of GSLV Mark III, crew escape system, and test vehicle for Gaganyaan. He has been awarded many honors, including the Space Gold Medal and National Aeronautics Prize by the Aeronautical Society of India, to name a few. He is a Vice President of International Astronautical Federation and Fellow of many national and international societies. With this brief introduction, I request you, sir, to kindly deliver the presidential address.
Good morning, all of you. Most respected Chairman ISRO, Secretary Department of Space, Dr. K. Shivan, who is going to inaugurate this conference. Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General of Aeronautics Systems of DRDO. Directors of ISRO Centers, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC. Sri A. Rajarajan, Director SDSC SHAR. Dr. D. Samdayaladev, Director IASU. Sri Mohan, Deputy Director of MME VSSC, who is the Chair of the Organizing Committee of PLMSS 2021. Professor Gurumurthy, Co-Chair of PLMSS Trust. And all my dear participants, delegates, PLMSS Trust members, Organizing Committee members, our sponsors for this conference, invitees, my greetings to you all for the occasion of the inauguration of this conference, PLMSS 2021. As already mentioned by Mr. Mohan, the idea of this conference was mooted much earlier than the COVID struck us. But then we had to wait. We had to find a way to conduct this conference. And I would like to first thank PLMSS Trust for having confidence in us in Vikram Sarabhai Space Center as well as Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology to jointly organize this conference, because this conference has been establishing certain benchmarks in terms of its conducting this conference through its real, valuable, good technical content over the years when they have been conducting. So this was one of the important challenge for us to have this conference with sufficient number of technical content, lectures and talks by eminent people, pre-conference workshops, and a strong industry-backed organization. I think all this have been accomplished with the help of the very strong organizing committee with the leadership of Sri M. Mohan, Deputy Director of VSSC. So I want to thank them specifically for making this happen today, even under great difficulty. I specifically want to thank Dr. K. Shivan, Chairman, Secretary DOS, for being here amongst us in physical mode, which we had which we thought that it may not ever happen. But then I want to specifically thank him for being with us today, because he had to even postpone 1 day of travel from Trivandrum, and he willingly stayed back to be present here today. No, because I know being in VSSC and addressing all of you in person is something very dear to him. So he never, I was sure that when I request him, he will definitely yield, because this is something more closer to his heart, more than the conference. I think that is what is driving him to be here today. So I want to specifically thank Dr. K. Shivan for being with us to inaugurate this conference, which will continue today and tomorrow in the virtual rather hybrid mode that we call generally. Another important point which I want to say is about the participation in Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology. IIST is an institution which is in the forefront of finding out solutions for aerospace sector, and they have been contributing by giving the right type of students for the space program after graduation, and also supporting higher learning in aerospace sector. And their participation in this conference really will show a way for them to get engaged in this type of activities, what PLMSS stands for. So I want to thank IIST, their faculty and students to being part of this conference, and their delegates as well as participants in the conference. Specifically for Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, the domain of PLMSS, the product lifecycle management, simulation and synthesis is an area which is well known to them, but not practiced in great earnest, as already been told by Sri M. Mohan. Though the strength of design, product development, manufacturing, generating services, etc. has been the hallmark of our organization through developing many launch vehicles over the years, spacecraft systems, applications, and then services to the society. It has been going on very well. But when you talk about the digital domain and changing over from concept to realization, service and retirement in a digital domain and manage it through the life cycle processes, we have been thinking, planning, implementing in bits and pieces, but never in great earnest, primarily because of various critical issues that have been to be faced, to overcome. To name a few, one of the important issues that we have always worried about is the type of knowledge that we have and the ability of putting the knowledge in circulation, and it's a risk of being used in commercial applications. So this is something which we have to worry about, because when you combine many of this information into one platform and domain, there is a great risk of being either preserved or lost or being used in a dangerous manner. So this is one issue. Second issue is that we always think is that it is a very large collaborative work, and we know that our systems are being generally done by across the centers. The whole knowledge of building a launch vehicle or even a spacecraft doesn't reside in one place in our organization. It is actually spread out over various people. And this knowledge is actually harnessed through a process of projectization, and we have developed core strengths in establishing launch vehicle project, spacecraft project, through which that we can ideate new systems, engineer them, as well as realize them through the support of industry and the experts available in ISRO organizations. So this whole of this process, which has been developed right from the days of SLV3, still continue in the organization, and to transform this whole processes into a digital domain and then carry out this whole process in the new world way. There has been always skepticism and doubts in our minds, and I believe that it is time now to look at it in a manner which will make it possible. Maybe we will have to conduct it on an experimental basis, possibly in one of the new projects, where we can take chance and take a risk and see whether this whole process will become beneficial to our community. We know that we realize all the pieces of doing such activities are still with us. For example, conceiving and designing things in a digital domain is already in practice here. Carrying out seamless analysis right from the conceptualization to detailed engineering analysis has already been practiced, especially in propulsion systems, structures, thermal, aerodynamics, dynamics. I think we are very used to it, probably by the transfer of files across various domains and carrying out this analysis. Transferring those digital models into manufacturing has already happened in a great way. Looking at programmatic targets and then monitoring them through our established project management tools has already been established. We also have developing product trees, and how this product tree structure can be well utilized to understand interconnection between various systems and how interface management can be conducted. Carrying out non-conformance management, failure management, configuration control processes, reviews, and action taken reviews, etc. And the whole chain of design process has already been reasonably done in digital domain in our organization. Now it's time to integrate them. When you integrate them, the benefit of working in the current environment emerges. We have seen when we looked at the COVID time, we had a great difficulty on understanding on how to conduct the whole business of our organization while sitting at home. And we were very successful, I would like to tell you. The entire ISRO organization rose to the occasion to see how to make use of the COVID as an opportunity for us to make it happen. I am really happy, especially in Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, we have originated at least 500 more TDPs during this time. Every entity came out with an idea to take up new TDPs, new projects, and we could review them, everything through online. Not only review them, even prepare the background paper by the young engineers. They created all of them. They uplinked all of this data to us. We reviewed them. And today we have a very active R&D profile, which is being reviewed by one of our associate directors. So maybe in my count goes almost 700 plus, I think, very active, and they are being evaluated as star performers, etc. Because as our chairman ISRO used to say, our hallmark has been working on new developments and research and technology development. And if you are really to focus on this, we need to find out ways by which this can be done in a very efficient manner. We also found out that how we can continue the complex analysis process and design process even while you sit at home. The ability to do CFD studies, for example, very complex one, time-taking one, even submitting those problems, tracking the results and finding and debugging them, etc. It was successfully carried out by many of our engineers during the COVID time. A large number of aerodynamic test results, simulation results came out, and we could complete most of the Gaganyaan, RLV, test vehicle, SSLV aerodynamic studies in very short time during the COVID time. And earlier we used to take 5 runs, now we are taking 50, 100 runs, and the type of results are even reviewed online without ever meeting physically. We were also able to conduct launches of PSLV and GSLV in a virtual launch control center mode by establishing connectivity, ability to transfer data, analyze the data, understand the clearance processes, and then go for launch. So it all indicates that we have a very strong base for doing it. Another interesting area which has come up recently is the additive manufacturing. I think additive manufacturing has really shaken the world in a big way, and everywhere we hear about it. And we also had an interesting pre-conference workshop on additive manufacturing. Specifically, we focus on metal additive manufacturing here right now. And the R&D projects that have come up newly in additive manufacturing is really interesting. Many youngsters are looking at it, how we can contribute to this. And especially our MME entity under the leadership of Mohan is looking at how we can create a center of excellence in additive manufacturing research within the center, not just product manufacturing, because product making industries are available. But unless we understand the mechanics of additive manufacturing to look at for aerospace sector applications, we may not ever succeed in using it in a larger scale. So this has been an interesting topic that was covered yesterday in all the pre-conference workshop. Another interesting area is artificial intelligence and data analytics, which is also going to play a big role in our work. And one of our deputy director is also looking at this area across domains of the VSSC on how artificial intelligence and data analytics can be utilized in a bigger manner in space sector and produce designs and solutions in dealing with product development, analysis, mission clearance, post-flight analysis, etc. in a better manner than we have been doing today. And for the future, this will become one of the important tools for us. So realizing that we are getting into this domain. We also slowly moving from conventional paper-based design process into digital design process in a big way. We started similar life cycle management tools in bits and pieces, and this is the time that we need to make our own decision, move either through developing our own PLM tools or then hiring and making it applicable to our domains in the days to come. I want to thank each one of you for organizing this conference and being part of this conference. And most importantly, I would like to thank all the innovators in this domain who are working fundamental research in the product lifecycle management, industries who are come forward to support us in this conference with their technologies, with their tools, and also the support that they are extending in terms of the sponsorship as well as setting up the stalls. I also want to thank all the technical contributors to this conference who make this conference very live, because through your work and through your contribution only such conferences become very valuable to each one of us who are being part of it. Thank you so much. Thank you all of you for being with us, and also want to specifically thank once again Chairman ISRO for being with us, and look forward to his guidance and blessings for this conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Dr. K. Shivan, Chairman ISRO and Secretary Department of Space, has become a symbol and embodiment of ISRO's spirit. He has held multiple responsibilities, including Director VSSC, Director LPSC, Chief Controller VSSC, and Project Director GSLV and RLV-TD. He has contributed immensely towards end-to-end mission planning, design, integration, and analysis of all launch vehicle programs. He is the chief architect for 104 satellites launched in a single mission of PSLV, the flight testing of scramjet engine, as well as the technology demonstration of the reusable launch vehicle. He has received numerous honors and awards throughout his career. He has published a novel book titled Integrated Design for Space Transportation System, which addresses the end-to-end design of space transportation systems in a comprehensive manner. Chairman ISRO has kindly consented to inaugurate this year's PLMSS conference. I humbly request you, sir, to formally inaugurate this conference by lighting the lamp and to deliver the inaugural address thereafter. May I request other dignitaries on the dais also to kindly join.
Sri Somnath, Director VSSC and Chairman Advisory Committee PLMSS 2021, Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General, Aeronautical System, DRDO and keynote speaker for PLMSS 2021, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Dr. Rajarajan, Director SDSC, Dr. Samdal Dev, Director IASU, Professor Gurumurthy, Co-Chairman PLMSS, Sri Mohan, Chairman Organizing Committee PLMSS 2021, Sri Victor Joseph, Secretary Organizing Committee, Senior Members, Special Invitees from DOS, DRDO, Indian Space Association, PLMSS Trust, and other national institutes. All delegates, sponsors, invitees, and organizing committee members, very good morning to all of you. In fact, I must thank our Director VSSC to meet you all after a long time in this auditorium. Always the speaking and the participating in the events in the organization in this auditorium is always a pleasure. And I must thank him for me to give an opportunity for this particular opportunity, the chance for this attending this conference. In fact, the product life cycle management is very, very essential for that complex missions like our the space systems, either launch vehicle or satellite or integrated mission. It's a very, very important system. And it is really, it has been a very important tool for successful organizations around the world also. In fact, as mentioned in that introduction by our friends, it streamlines the flow of information about the product and the related processes throughout the product's life cycle. PLM facilitates the availability of the right information in the right context at the right time which is very essential for strategically important and technically complex sectors such as aerospace. The aerospace industry has always been leader and pathfinder in terms of adopting new technologies in a multidisciplinary domain, CAD. In fact, was developed by much earlier by aerospace industry than others. A aerospace vehicle is made of tens of thousands of parts which are designed by the people across various domains, manufactured by various industries spread across the country. These work in unison to achieve a common goal. Streamlining the components, modules, subassemblies, and stages onto a common platform is extremely essential to avoid uncertainties in the system. PLM comes in handy, and in this scenario, to have effective dissemination of information and control of the changes. As we all know, capturing a sizable share of the global space economy, which is estimated at about $460 billion, is of prime importance for the country. The main factors that will propel to capture this market share should be adapting to change and embracing new technology and developing innovative products with substantial reduction in cost. We have a host of major development projects going on like Gaganyaan, Chandrayaan 3, RLV, SSLV, semi-cryogenic stage, LOX methane engine, electric propulsion, etc. And also many new technology challenging projects will be taken up in the years to come. This needs immense foresight and ability to spot latest trends in the market along with meticulous planning. PLM plays a major role in enabling this flow of information across the product's life cycle and enables the developer to assess the need for upgrade or revamp products as and when required. It also empowers organizations for effective implementation of unified systems, ensuring security and compliance, networking among the stakeholders, supply chain management, data and documentation management, etc. In order to capture with the ever-evolving global aerospace industry, such tools are inevitable and essential. PLM also has evolved since its inception, and the domain experts have converged on the principles of collaborative engineering from concurrent engineering. With the advent of the efficient implementation, industries have mooted the ideas of integrated digital markup, full virtual manufacturing, digital factory, knowledge-based engineering, etc. for the future. The latest trends in Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, etc. have further fortified these PLM concepts. In this recent reformed space scenario, enhanced thrust for investment and private players venturing the space, survival of the fittest gains importance. It should be noted that the industry is not only big but also equally complex. Hence, organizations need efficient tools to stay ahead of the competition in terms of time to market, cost effectiveness, sustainable products, effective cost, and risk management, resulting in total productivity involvement. It is equally important to create cohesive and unified capabilities in the country in order to achieve the mandate of Atmanirbhar Bharat and make the country self-reliant in the imminent years to come. I am extremely happy to note that the pre-conference workshop on the latest edition of the PLM, the Digital Aerospace Manufacturing, has taken place yesterday, and it has addressed all the important modern aspects of manufacturing relevant to aerospace sector. Considering the recent exponential increase of interest in this domain, the topic is very valid and rightly chosen by the organizing committee. I am sure the workshop would have kindled interest in many minds aspiring to excel in the field of by making use of the domain expertise shared yesterday. Equally important is the technical sessions planned during the conference. The program schedule is well prepared to provide platform for the enthusiastic delegates to present their novel work and ideas. The conference shall bring out a roadmap required to enhance the role of PLM implementation in aerospace sector. This shall serve as a model for the aerospace industry in the years to come. I wholeheartedly compliment and congratulate all the organizers, sponsors, delegates, special invitees, guests, and other participants who has been instrumental in conceptualizing and conducting this wonderful conference. Once again, I thank all of you for giving me the opportunity, as well as I wish all the best for the successful conduct of this conference. And thank you very much, and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. Dr. V. Narayanan, Distinguished Scientist and Director, Liquid Propulsion System Center, is a rocket propulsion expert who has played a crucial role in the successful development of cryogenic stage of GSLV and GSLV Mark III. He has guided the team and designed a 200-ton thrust semi-cryogenic rocket engine. He is a recipient of numerous awards and fellow of Space Propulsion Committee of International Astronautical Federation and corresponding member of International Academy of Astronautics. I request you, sir, to kindly release the souvenir for PLMSS 2021. Thank you, sir. May now invite Dr. V. Narayanan to deliver the felicitation address.
Most respected and beloved Chairman ISRO, Secretary DOS Dr. K. Sivan sir, Director VSSC Dr. Somanath sir, Director SDSC SHAR Mr. Rajarajan, Director IASU Dr. Samdayal Dev, Director General Aeronautical Systems DRDO Dr. Tessie Thomas, Mr. Mohan, Chairman Organizing Committee PLMSS 2021, Mr. Gurumurthy, Co-Chair PLMSS Trust, Mr. Victor Joseph, MC members of LPSC, VSSC, IASU, Deans and faculty members of IAST, and participants and my dear friends, very, very good morning to all of you. It is really a great privilege to participate in this very important conference organized in the hybrid mode, the 8th International Conference on Product Lifecycle Management, Simulation and Synthesis, PLMSS, with the theme Product Lifecycle Space System Perspective, organized by both VSSC and IAST. As it was informed, Product Lifecycle Management basically integrates people, data, process, and business systems and provides a product information backbone for the organization. It also facilitates the availability of the right information in the right context and at the right time. In overall, PLMS is a software-based system that reduces the risk profile of an organization and offers a clock-free pipeline. If you take in this today's context, today our space sector is all set for a new reform. and it is pertinent in our part to take initiative to organize this type of international conferences, enabling the industry, academia, and R&D institutes to gather and brainstorm for the development of integrated PLM software for aerospace system and products. PLM is the foundation of digital thread delivering supply chain agility and product flow continuity. Data convergence and traceability provided by PLM shall definitely enable us to accelerate our product delivery with much reduced time in realizing the products. I understand from Pratt & Whitney, they used technometric solutions in order to reduce the development time frame of the engine systems to almost 30 to 40% of whatever is otherwise they take. It is also important for aerospace and space technologists to be well versed with the PLM so that we will be in a position to realize the product with defect-free and with reduced cost with less time. And if you see the PLM benefits in a nutshell, if you overall see, it offers scope for innovation, improved efficiency and coordination, reduces the design time, accelerates the release and changes, facilitates more comprehensive collaboration, fewer parts can be purchased in large volume, reduces production, rework, and scrap, better production experience with much reduced costs, and reduce administrative and auxiliary expenses, eliminates inaccurate results, and helps to meet the required standards with high reliability. And really, when you look at the LPSC systems, we are, as you are aware, we are involved in the very complex propulsion system development for the various launch vehicles and the spacecraft systems. Surely, the PLMS will help in a long way to get the defect-free product with less cost and with less time. Today, really what we are facing in the propulsion system development is the manufacturing ability, less manufacturing ability. Actually, if you take any other country, in fact, yesterday chairman was inaugurating the first powerhead test article of the semi-cryo stage integration he inaugurated. He made a very good point. In fact, in 5 to 6 years, other countries, they realize 50, 60 engines and it undergoes detailed testing and comes as a product. But we take to realize one engine almost 7, 8 years. First engine comes that time. So surely it is all of our responsibility to put the proper systems to realize the hardware much faster with high reliability. I feel it is in this context, surely this type of techniques will really help. Now, I will take 1 or 2 examples. If you take our control components, NTT, who are to deliver almost 500 plus components for the GSLV vehicle. Like that, each vehicle, there are number of components. So in this area, really, it will be helping in a long way. Not only in that area, if you take the aerospace area, take any launch vehicle, the number of avionics packages which are involved, and number of structures which are involved, huge in numbers, and the integration checkout activities are huge. So in this type of areas, surely this type of new techniques will really help in a long way. And as Somnath sir told, the additive manufacturing, 10 years back, this technology just got evolved. But today, you all will be knowing there are full engines which are manufactured by the additive manufacturing. In fact, we have also taken some initiatives to start the activities. Some of the products we have realized and we are going to integrate into the system. I am sure this international conference will bring together the professionals working in these fields from various sectors, shall provide a very good platform for knowledge sharing, experience sharing, and surely the conference will be very much useful to the entire community. At this juncture, let me once again extend my best wishes for the conference PLMSS 2021. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Shri A. Rajarajan, Director, Satish Dhawan Space Center, Shar, an expert in the area of composites, played a pivotal role in developing many innovative technologies for satellite and launch vehicle subsystems, state-of-the-art solid motor production, and launch vehicle integration facilities. Under his leadership, exclusive launch complex for small satellite launch vehicle is being configured and realized. May I now invite you, sir, to offer your felicitations.
A very good morning to one and all. Most respected Dr. K. Sivan, Chairman ISRO, Secretary Department of Space, Director VSSC, Sri S. Somnath, Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General Aeronautical Systems, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Dr. Sam Dayal Dev, Director IASU, PLMS Trust members Dr. Tamilmani, Dr. Gurumurthy, Dr. Ramanathan, my dear friend Mr. Mohan, Deputy Director MMA and the Organizing Committee Chairman, Victor Joseph, all my dear colleagues, all across the ISRO centers, delegates from various areas throughout India and all across the world, ladies and gentlemen, once again a very good morning. Actually, to be frank, I am very thrilled to join this elite galaxy of scientists and engineers and personals who are gathered here discussing on this theme like product life cycle, space system and perspective. Actually, I am of a very firm opinion. I even believe that the next generation of space transportation systems and the space systems requires a total turnaround. The way in which we do the work, that is already becoming a past. And we are really seeing that in our environment, outside our environment. So many, the Fortune 500 companies, so many, very, very things. They are the way in which they do the work. If you look at and we introspect, we already will be becoming a dinosaur in the way in which we are doing things. Very, very brutal, frank fact about that. There's no doubt about that. If this is the way we continue and do this, a lot of people will be running past us. We'll be seeing people running past us. For this, there are a lot of powerful tools are required how to do these things. So, actually, as our beloved chairman, as well as Dr. VSSC pointed out, implementing a PLM with a thought process of keeping the critical things, how to keep it in the domain. When I was in CMSC, when my former director, deputy director, Inamuthu also started this, he came with an idea of PDM, the first to give small injection. No? We cannot give you a big bang. So it was the data management systems we brought in, because so many lessons learned and all has to be put in place so that the youngsters don't make again the same mistakes of learning the same things by doing the same mistake. It's a lot of resistance only it was put in, and although and at the same time GSLV Mark III project also came with such a data management system, and it went on and we sustained for the last 15 years. Then every entity in this VSSC as well as SAC, I remember this one was there. LPSC Indu Kumar also was doing this one. When we do all these things, what came is everybody is able to do it and everything is in small packets. Even SDSC Shah, I have 3 systems because there is a very strong group of software engineers doing for COVA, and they did a lot of radar management, common inventory systems, all those things. Then when we are about to go, okay, we'll do this as an ERP solution to do, at that critical position, we have to take a call, how this critical data, how to manage it. So at that time, Dr. VSSC was, Sivan sir was Director VSSC. So he gave me an actual impetus to form a team within VSSC and give an inter-center committee. Actually, we formed that, and we tried to put this in place by doing whether we can collate all the systems that is developed across various centers and also other departments. We tried to integrate. What we understood is we have to sit in a single platform. We have to first develop a platform so that all this on a zero-based system comes and sits there and then able to deliver for whichever area of interest. Because varying types of process and thought process gone in. So to integrate this, we have to do a lot of work. I think, and in this way, this conference and this gathering of thoughts and the brains will enable us in all the departments concerned, in aerospace systems especially, to make a platform so that we can integrate all this process and we can hope to get a very powerful tool with which we can fast forward our process. Because the contemporary PLM is actually quite different from the early 20th century PLM culture. Actually, the culture itself has changed. That's what I want to bring it. Because the way in which what we are talking in 2000 and 2010, the entire thing has changed. As we rightly pointed, this COVID-19 has enabled us to do a lot of things for us in a very different way. And we are sure, and we will be surprised that we are able to do it with a very minimal manpower and changeover, and maybe in a shorter time also. That also is important things. As the development, PLM development has really evolved from CAD, CAM, similar computer-based tools in 70s, then the ERP, then the supply chain management, which Director LPSC was pointing out how to do the component. One of the biggest strength we have to do is supply chain management itself. If we do, we will see that we can reduce our product realization and even the launch vehicle, this one, to a very, almost we can reduce it by 1/3, very easily, by having a very powerful supply chain management systems. Then the solutions for this. The recent example of the successful exploitation of PLM in many other countries is the SpaceX, where actually if you go through this one, what they employed is both the Falcon 1 and Falcon 9 and the Dragon capsules also was using a very powerful product life cycle management, which is actually state of the art. When I say state of the art, it is the latest to this one they are incorporated, which is handling more than 25,000 part assemblies. That is what we are able to gather from the literature and other things. And that they are doing simultaneously, and all the red flags are raised, which is they attack only, top management attacks only that problems, and they are ensuring that things are coming to this one, including the anomalies, deviations, which is not, many people have to be surprised, even the anomalies which is discussed, if it is not correct and there is a dissent, that also gets flagged off. It is a very powerful tool which is being used. It is not that it doesn't wait for anything. And this is what is possible in this one. And I have gone through the technical case. There are some lectures, talks, is discussing about these aspects, how an anomaly and all those things gets flagged off and comes to the right time. And this is one of the major factors, I think, in the whatever success story we call it as SpaceX or whatever it is. So, at this juncture, I am sure that PLM will continue to be an essential. It has already become an essential part of our lifestyle, which we are doing because our mobile does that, a lot of things which we, without knowing that it is doing. It is giving a very good PLM solution for all our things. Like that, we have to do it as a core element in our future space sector, as in the case of all the industries. So with this, I am wishing the conference a grand success. And first of all, I have to thank Mohan for putting up such a collation of talks and eminent personalities to talk on this. I am sure this effort will actually is a feather in his cap, because this is not an easy task in this time, and he has done a very good job. And I am also happy to be part of this conference and wishing the conference a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. D. Sam Dayaladev, Director, ISRO Inertial Systems Unit is an expert in the design, analysis, and simulation of inertial sensors, actuators, systems, and mechanisms for ISRO launch vehicles and spacecrafts. He has been deputed as mechanical expert for design review in other space organizations like CNES. He is a recipient of several awards and honors. I invite you, sir, to offer your felicitations.
Most respected Chairman ISRO, Dr. K. Sivan, respected Director VSSC, Shri S. Somnath, Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General Aeronautical Systems, DRDO, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Shri Rajarajan, Director STC SHAR, dear Mohan, Deputy Director MME, as well as Chairman of Organizing Committee, members of MC of VSSC, LPSC, IASU, senior colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good morning to all of you. In fact, when I talk about this integrated product life cycle model, synthesis of and simulation, you see in ISRO or in aerospace industry, way back in after 30 years back, certain elements of this had been, leadership was given by aerospace industry in this area. But if you look worldwide, the other industries, especially the automobile industry, had really captured and made use of it, and such that their aim of reaching the market at the earliest ahead of competition. Now, when you look at the global scenario in the space industry, it's no way different. That is, the type of development cycle, what we envisage with respect to a new engine or a new launch vehicle or a new configuration of a spacecraft, the cycle time, unless you are in par with the cycle time of benchmarks being established every day with private as well as even government sponsored agencies, it's a tremendous. The scaling is very, very high, not fathomable level it has really happened. So, what really it had made the difference is, of course, you know, the digital design and the design for manufacture, design for assembly, and the integration of this all this data. Definitely, when the number of components or the number of type of components for multiple domain are involved, an integrated database management. Originally, it is conceived only as an integrated database management, so that mistakes can be avoided and the time level can be shortened. But current scenario is different, bringing in more intelligence or artificial intelligence into it, as well as the system also tries to learn the real expected problems, so that it can alert. And in this process only, what globally, what it is moving ahead is really producing, while integrating or realizing your own product, at the same time a digital cousin or a digital twin is really being configured, so that any issue, if PSLV C-52 is sitting in the launch vehicle, so here sitting here in the computer, we should be able to really simulate all level of verifications, checks, and identify problems. So that means the type of the reliability what is required in aerospace or launch vehicle is very phenomenally too high, where that is why that very we go through a process to ensure that reliability is there. But if this process is integrated in the PLM cycle, then that is the tremendous potential what we have, what we can unleash, and so that our
product development as well as implementation cycle also is shortened to a very great extent. Because you can see of our industry recently, you would have seen that semi-cryo test firing by a private industry. Even if it is a small engine, the time they have taken and compared to our is tremendously fantastic achievement in terms of the time. We may say it's quite maybe a very simple engine per se, but still now the secret behind our survival, I would say, is definitely a product life cycle. At the faster rate, we should be able to cycle and to the market or to the launch pad. How do we reach as fast as we can? So therefore, when I was looking at, even though the digital design and manufacture were there almost for last 30 years, etc., whereas now there is really a revolution or disruptive thing had happened. See, when the digital manufacture and digital design is there, we were very proud that very complex design, innovative designs we are able to come out with. But with the arrival of additive manufacturing, what it is emerging is organic design compared to a prismatic design what we adopt. Because fundamentally we all, the geometric features only will really make a shape. Whereas our human body, if you look at the structures in our body, it is an organic development. So organic designs had paved way for, the additive manufacturing has really paved way for the organic design, which are highly efficient, because our human body is one element which is highly efficiently designed. So it is not only making the products better and higher quality as well as high performance, it is also ease of manufacturing. With respect to additive manufacturing has come in a way to make it easy. So, but in aerospace industry, the type of materials that need to be used, etc., is a bigger challenge. There only our fundamental R&D with respect to the materials for additive manufacturing, innovative materials, so that totally there can be a paradigm shift in the concept of realizing even complex cryo engines or stage systems. So, while even though we have not caught the bus in the integrated, even though at every center, as Director Shah pointed out, PLM had been, or PDM has been there in almost all the entities as isolated, but this is the right time that now we really integrate so that our activities can be done at a much faster, because soon we will have to compete with smarter from the people from the industry. So at this point, so it's a very, very right time for such a conference where we need to tackle this discussion and emerge in shape and how our course of action. So therefore, I really compliment and I should technically I should thank the organizers for conceiving this conference at this moment. And it's very, very appropriate for the moment, and the type of papers as well as the keynote address or the topics whatever I have seen, including whatever yesterday's topic, it had been a very excellently chosen, and your I think I wish that this conference and this deliberations will go a long way really in enabling ISRO as well as the space industry in India to achieve greater heights and really come out in flying colors. Therefore, I wish all the very success to this conference as well as the organizers, and all the very best of very useful session the next 2 days. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Due to the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic situation, Dr. B. Gurumurthy, Co-Chairman, PLMSS Trust, and our keynote speaker for the day, Dr. Tessie Thomas, DG Aero DRDO, could not join us here today. However, they will be joining us virtually and their talks would be delivered online. I request the dignitaries to kindly occupy the seats in front of the dais. Dr. B. Gurumurthy is a professor at the Indian Institute of Science in the Center for Product Design and Manufacturing and is serving as the Chief Executive of the Society for Innovation and Development. His research interests are in the areas of CAD, product information modeling, computational metrology, product design, and prototyping. He serves on the editorial board of 5 journals. He is the Vice Chair, Asia Pacific IFIP WG 5.1 on global product development for the whole life cycle. I request you, sir, to kindly offer your felicitations.
Good morning. My name is Gurumurthy from the Indian Institute of Science. On behalf of the PLMSS Trust, our chairman, Dr. Tamilmani, Secretary Dr. Ramanathan, and the other managing trustees of the trust, it is my honor and privilege to welcome all of you, those who are physically present in the inauguration, as well as those who are joining digitally to the 8th PLMSS conference that is being organized by VSSC. It would have been nice to say at Trivandrum as well, but that would only be half truth, because I understand that the bulk of the delegates will be joining this conference online. This is a new reality, and I'm happy that despite these constraints, we have been able to put together an event and that all of you are able to join. And it should be our endeavor to make the most of this new kind of normal, as people say. As I said, this conference is being organized by VSSC along with the Institute for Space at Trivandrum, with support from the PLMSS Trust. Let me say a few words about the PLMSS Trust. The PLMSS Trust was formed in December 2014 formally, though the people associated with this trust were active much earlier than that, since 2006 to be precise, when the first PLMSS conference was organized in Bangalore by ADA in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Science. Since then, the conference has been moving from venue to venue, but has kept this collaboration intact between a lab or an organization in the strategic sector and an academic university. It has been organized by NAL with IISc, then PSG, VIT, the DRDO labs in Hyderabad, the Defense University in Pune, and last year, the last edition, was in Bangalore again, conducted by CABS, again in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Science. We believe that this is a very interesting approach to do this, because this brings together very large community of users who basically are using it at the, may I say, the envelopes of the technology, and therefore this engagement between the academic community and the user community becomes all the more interesting. Industry has also been partnering us every now and then. The one in Pune was held with in collaboration with our colleagues in Mahindra. The PLMSS Trust objective was to basically develop the community, right, of practitioners in the PLMSS space. Now, while the buzzwords and the three-letter acronyms, from the vendor community may keep changing, the basic idea of using a digital model of the product and the process to drive the whole product development process from cradle to grave still remains germane and of interest. And the objective of the PLMSS is basically to provide a platform to bring together the knowledge creators and the practitioners together, so that the dissemination of the technology can happen, and also the research community can get calibrated with the problems and issues facing the community that actually uses these tools and systems. I'm very happy that VSSC came forward and to organize this event this year along with the academic partner, Institute of Space Science. And we hope that this will add a new constitution or section of the practicing community from the space world into the PLMSS Trust and its activities going forward. It is not very easy to organize an event like this in the circumstances that we find ourselves in. But I must say that our colleagues in VSSC and their partnering institutions have done a fantastic job. And I'm sure that you all will have a very productive and fruitful session in the next few days. I thank you and welcome all of you to this event again.
Thank you, sir. We are extremely privileged to have with us the Missile Woman of India, Dr. Tessie Thomas, Distinguished Scientist and Director General, Aeronautical Systems, DRDO, as our special guest for the day. She has immensely contributed to the design and development of strategic missile systems, state-of-the-art unmanned aerial vehicles, manned and unmanned aircrafts, and technologies related to parachute and lighter-than-air systems for the Air Force. She was the project director of major projects Agni 4 and Agni 5. Dr. Tessie has been awarded numerous honors, including the DRDO Agni Self-Reliance Award, DRDO Scientist of the Year, and CNN-IBN Indian of the Year, to name a few. On this note, may I invite you, ma'am, to deliver the keynote address.
Very respected Chief Guest, Dr. K. Shivan, Chairman ISRO, Dr. S. Somnath, Director VSSC, Dr. B. N. Suresh, former Director IIST, Dr. Unni Krishnan Nair, Director HSFC, ISRO, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Dr. Shyam Dayal Dev, Director IASU, Professor B. Gurumurthy, Co-Chair PLMSS Trust, Dr. R.K. Ramanathan, Honorary Secretary PLMSS Trust, Shri Mohan M., Chairman Organizing Committee PLMSS 2021, and all the distinguished speakers, invitees, and all the members present here. A very good morning to all of you. It's an honor and privilege to deliver the keynote address on this special occasion of International Conference on PLMSS 2021 with the theme Product Lifecycle Space System Perspective. When we look at the engineering history, legacy starting from the ancient Greek architectural designs to the civilization's development through centuries have brought in new processing methods and reshaped engineering with the game-changing technologies. In the 19th century, advances were made in all areas, including technologies that transformed everyday activities. In the 20th century, the engineering achievements literally electrified our nation and took us into the sky and out into the space. We were connected to the world through telephone, radio, and television with variety of imaging technologies even before the computer and the internet came in. Looking forward, aerospace sector has seen vast changes in systems theory and engineering and its applications in the field of aerodynamics, propulsion, avionics, material science, structural analysis, and manufacturing. Aerospace system designers and developers are experiencing increasing complexity in their products, and model-based system engineering and development methods are adapted to meet these challenges. The Indian aerospace sector has played a pivotal role in making India self-reliant in the field of advanced defense technologies, both in tactical and strategic missile systems, fighter aircrafts, and early warning and surveillance systems, air defense systems, giving a quantum jump in defense preparedness and capability. DRDO has positioned the nation among the top few countries in the world with multi-level strategic capability with Agni series and the underwater weapon systems. With Agni A1 to A5 systems, we have attained a strike capability of 300 kilometers to 5,000 kilometers in an all-azimuth coverage of 360 degrees with mobile launch systems. My experience of development of Agni systems, by the time we have come to the newer systems of A4 and Agni 5, the PLM was in place for the design, development and production. Coming to the tactical missiles like quick reaction interceptors, Akash, surface to air missile, to MRSAM, the medium range, and QRSAM and its variants. Then the Astra, the air-to-air systems, all these strike capabilities has been well established. Prithvi missiles with the strike capabilities varying from 40 kilometers to 350 kilometers has been developed with both land and ship launched versions. India is the country to demonstrate successful testing of endo as well as exo-atmospheric interceptor with anti-ballistic missile strike capability with C4I, that is command, control, communication and computer-based intelligence and terminal guidance in its maiden attempts itself. In cruise missiles, BrahMos, a joint venture with Russia for supersonic capability with multi-role in sea, land and air versions were established. Long-range subsonic with low-altitude cruise capability has been developed with Nirbhaya class of missiles. Hypersonic cruise technology has been demonstrated with the successful flight testing of HSTDV, that is a hypersonic technology demonstration vehicle with the scramjet engine. Unmanned aerial vehicles capability has been established with the short range UAVs and medium range long endurance UAVs. This is one area the unmanned capability with advanced technologies are getting ready for futuristic warfare. As far as electronic warfare systems are concerned, we have developed surveillance and tracking radar systems with low-level target detections, ground control interception of targets, three-dimensional air surveillance tracking, marine radars, phased array radar for surface-to-air missiles, electronically scanned weapon locating radars, and multifunction fire control radars. Coming to the airborne early warning and control AWNC systems with detection, tracking, identification friend or foe, communication support measures, electronic support measures, and airborne active array radar systems for early warning and multi-sensor data fusion capability, operational requirements are achieved. When we look at the fighter aircraft, that is light combat aircraft, the LCA Tejas and its variants has been developed with all composite airframe, quad redundant digital fly-by-wire technology with single engine and advanced avionics and the ECCM, the electronic counter measures were in place along with armed missiles, PGMs, the precision guided munitions and rockets and bombs. This LCA fighter aircraft has gone into production by HAL. The Advanced Medium Compact Aircraft AMCA with twin engine and better stealth capability are in the pipeline of configuration design. DRDO started industry involvement in the early 80s, mostly under the build to print. Within 2 to 3 decades of nurturing and participation in DRDO projects, industries could get hands-on experience on defense production with design, simulation, prototype manufacturing, testing, quality control, performance evaluation, user trials, and certification requirements. This is where importance of PLM, the product lifecycle management, comes. Reducing time and cost, increased quality and reliability, managing and mitigating risk are some of the challenges being faced by the industry. What started as CAD, the computer aided design, data management a few years ago, has now matured into full scale PLM framework. The entire life cycle, right from the concept design to retirement of the product, is captured and managed in digital format with integrated program planning and management, extended supply chain, model-based system engineering, service lifecycle management framework, and with digital connectivity, the product realization has become much easier and error-free. The digital industry revolution, simulation, testing, and optimization is a completely virtual environment, reduces time to market, increases the flexibility, quality, and the efficiency. PLMSS is a platform to discuss current technologies and their applications for making futuristic products. Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, VSSC, and the Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology is jointly organizing this 8th International Conference on PLMSS 2021 in collaboration with PLMSS Trust, is covering topics on space systems design, modeling and simulation, system engineering in aerospace, risk assessment, manufacturing techniques, PLM tools, AI, the artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques, Industry 4.0, and the Internet of Things in manufacturing. Honorable Prime Minister's call for the self-reliance and Atmanirbhar Bharat aims to transform India into a global design and manufacturing hub. Manufacturing of aerospace hardware and components is identified as one of the most important segments of indigenous production. Space and defense are the two core sectors of aerospace that are crucial for strengthening of science and technology of the nation. With the combination of cyber-physical systems, the Internet of Things, and the Internet of Systems, technologies to integrate the physical world with the virtual world are evolving, and the product lifecycle management has become the mainstay of all innovation-driven industries. In today's world, mankind is not only conquering land, but also exploring space. In this era of innovations in space journey, scientists are exploring the space galaxy, planets by planets, and reaching out to stars and beyond. It's a proud moment for me to mention here about ISRO's Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan missions and the single-shot achievements of putting 104 satellites into its orbit by a single mission and creating a world record. Happy to note that even during the challenging times of pandemic, along with huge futuristic plans in the space programs, VSSC, IIST, and PLMSS Trust has come together to take up with this conference on product lifecycle space system perspective. This conference gives us an opportunity to discuss the aerospace system design, modeling and simulation, system engineering in aerospace, and PLMS tools. With the vision of putting man in space through Gaganyaan mission, product lifecycle of human-rated space systems, and risk assessments of space systems are very relevant. With advanced manufacturing technologies and new frontiers in space with respect to manufacturing under microgravity in space, innovative applications, and sharing the knowledge through this conference will help in evolving solutions and discuss the challenges faced in the design of components. Over the past few years, the aerospace industry has seen countless innovations with Industry 4.0 and IoT in manufacturing. This forum discussing on these technologies will share the know-how and towards a quality product. I thank the organizers of this conference in giving me an opportunity to be part of this inaugural function. At the same time, I take this opportunity to congratulate the organizers who have put in their best efforts for smooth conduct of this conference in a hybrid mode and wish the conference a great success. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for that insightful speech. Let me please invite Shri Victor Joseph T, Conference Secretary and Group Director, PPEG and TDMG VSSE, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to one and all. On behalf of the organizing committee, PLMSS 2021, I extend my sincere gratitude to all the distinguished guests of this inaugural event. It is an honor and privilege for me to offer vote of thanks on this august occasion to this esteemed gathering. Dr. K. Shivan, Chairman ISRO and Secretary DOS, patron of this conference, has readily agreed to participate in this function in person and inaugurate the conference. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to offer our profound gratitude to you, sir, for providing us the opportunity to arrange this conference in a befitting manner. And thank you, sir, for your presence here and your warm words. I thank Director VSSE and Director IAST, Sri S. Somnath, for ideating this conference with the theme PLMS's Space Systems Perspective, to be jointly organized by VSSE and IAST. He showed great zeal in taking up this important conference and was always ready to offer us timely and apt guidance throughout the preparation part of this conference. Thank you, sir, for your support and guidance, and also for delivering the presidential address. Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General Aeronautics DRDO, showed great enthusiasm in participating in this conference and offering the keynote address. We are elated with your online presence, madam, and I must thank you for your lucid and informative talk, which made this program even more special. Thank you, madam. I thank Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, for releasing the souvenir and delivering the felicitation address. Thank you, sir. I thank Sri Rajarajan A, Director SDSC, and Dr. Sam Dayal Dev, Director IASU, for accepting our invitation and providing the felicitation talks. Thank you, sirs. I thank Co-Chairman of PLMSS Trust, Professor Gurumurthy, for his felicitation talk, and all members of PLMSS Trust for their constant support throughout the conduct of this conference. Thank you. I thank all the renowned speakers who delivered the lectures in the pre-conference workshop and the invited speakers of the conference, Dr. Unnikrishnan Nair, Director HSFC, Sri Lakshmesh, LNT, Dr. Samir Prabhu from MathWorks, and Mr. Yannick Mittner from Dassault Systems. Chairman Organizing Committee and Deputy Director VSSC MME, Sri M. Mohan, is the bedrock of this event. He had meticulously reviewed and guided us in all stages of preparation for the last 6 months. Being first time conducting this conference in hybrid mode, your continuous and constant follow-up ensured that all arrangements are happening in a smooth manner. Thank you, sir, for all your efforts to make this event a grand success. I express my wholehearted thanks to each of the organizing subcommittees, chairpersons, member secretaries, and members for their unflinching support throughout this preparation period. It is really a commendable effort, and I am indebted to each one of you. Thank you. I thank the sponsors for this event for providing generous support in terms of funding and other supports, which enabled us to really expand our horizons in terms of conference arrangements. We are fortunate to have among us online renowned personalities from academia, industries, and other areas. I thank all the senior members assembled here from ISRO and IEST, the delegates, special guests, and the invitees for sharing our joy on this day by participating in this event. I thank CMG, Canteen, Transport, Security, Public Relations, Administration, JCM leaders, and other important personnel who are behind the screen and working for this event. Thank you. This being a virtual conference, we also made ready a virtual platform for disseminating the important talks and technical sessions. The virtual platform is live, and I thank our solution provider, Dreamcast, for the support. I once again thank everyone present on this event today and making this a very memorable one. We look forward to host you in exciting technical conference sessions for today and tomorrow. Have a wonderful conference days ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please rise for the national anthem. We have come to the end of the inaugural session. Thank you all for gracing this occasion. All further technical sessions will be held in virtual platform. There will be a short tea break of around 10 minutes, followed by the invited talk by Dr. Unnikrishnan Nair, Director HSFC at 11:20 a.m. Souvenir released during the function is available in the lobby of the virtual auditorium and can be downloaded by the delegates. Thank you all once again. This is Kalyani Vishnu
and Jayalakshmi Babu signing off.
Have a great day.